Brats, you know that we've been loving this M2 Pro with the removable battery back here. Looks like everybody is starting to jump on the bandwagon and make battery straps for the Oculus Quest 2. BUSQUEDA sent us this one to check out with an 8,000 milliamp battery in it. Let's open this up. Always have that small, sharp unboxing knife, even if you're just having to remove a little bit of plastic wrap. You want to be safe, you want to be careful. Boxes, I swear, are just getting harder and harder to open. Come on. Oh. Come on. So this one is definitely copying the Elite Strap idea from Oculus. You can see looking like kind of the same kind of arms here. Got a part that cradles the back of your head there with the top strap that goes over it. That is hiding your 8,000 milliamp battery packs inside there, and it has a little light up bar here I'll show you. Let me get this thing hooked up. Actually snapped on really nice on that side. Snapped on really nice on both sides. I like that. A very small detail, but one thing they did not do that Oculus did with their own strap. On Oculus's strap, the Velcro doesn't go all the way to the end. There's a little bit of extra so that when you try to put it in here, it folds over on itself more easily. This one with all the Velcro, you kind of want to pre-bend this a little bit so that when you put it through, it'll turn up. A very minor detail, but it was something that I was impressed with when I saw that Oculus did that, because it is always a bit of a pain with other straps. All right, let's find out if this thing comes with a charge. You got your USB-C. There is one thing to kind of manage the cable, but only one, so you're probably going to want to get a little something extra. We currently have some battery. So the way this one works is as the battery runs out, this light runs down. And the cool thing, that light is not set up in a way that it's going to turn when you turn this knob. The light is always going to stay the same. So you can tell how much battery you have from the back. Let's find out real quick if it communicates with the Quest and tells you from the inside. It feels very Oculus Elite Strap-ish in good and bad ways. So one thing, depending on where you rock it on your head and where it's most comfortable, like me, if you rock it a little too low, my ears are now touching these, which means two things. One, that doesn't feel amazing on my ears, and two, I'd have to use earbuds. If I tried to use over-ear cans, it might be a problem, but I can move it up, rock it a little higher, and it doesn't touch them at all. It doesn't feel quite as perfect on the back of my head as it did a little bit lower, but it's now not impeding my ears. So a big question a lot of you have been asking about these types of battery straps, something that this one does not do, it does not communicate with the headset, in that right now my headset says it's at 4% battery and it's charging. It does not tell me inside how much is left on this battery pack though. That's something that the Oculus Elite Strap does, is a really cool detail, and no one, including Bobo VR, has actually done that themselves yet. Hopefully someone will add that feature. If you're looking for an Elite battery strap, this thing's 80 bucks. It feels just as good, if not better, than the Elite battery strap. Got a little too much cable for my taste. I feel like they could have shortened that cable, and I understand they probably wanted to make sure no matter how far out you go here. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if anybody has that big of a head, but they're making sure there's enough cable. So that makes sense, but I just feel like for my head size, I'm gonna need something extra to hold that in place, just because this looks a little dumb. More than anything else, functionally, it's not a problem, but it's just way out there. Light is still lighting up on the back, showing that that is consistently charging. It doesn't have any buttons. It doesn't have any way to turn the battery on or off if you wanted to. Probably not something you really need to do, but just a note in case you were thinking about that. USB-C to charge it up. 8,000 milliamp hours is one of the biggest batteries we have seen. In trying to do some quick research, actually people don't know what milliamp hours the Oculus Quest 2 Elite battery strap has. It's kind of hidden. It says it gives you up to 2 hours of playtime. This tells you right up front it's 8,000 milliamp hours. That should give you at least 3 to 4 hours of extra playtime on the Quest 2. It's a lot. It's more so actually than even the Bobo VR M2 Pro is gonna get you, but there is no way to swap the battery out, of course, on this. This is all built in, it's all inside, and there's no way to even open this if you wanted to. It's gonna give you a lot of playtime, and it's 80 bucks, where the Oculus one, it was originally 130, but it looks like now you can get them for about 100, 110. So it's a better deal than that. We can't do a lot of finding out in just one day, but it does seem like it's just as flexible and just as solid, if not more solid, than the Oculus one itself. I would say this is a good deal. It's good and comfortable. If you like a strap that hugs your face rather than a Halo one that puts the weight on top, this is actually probably the best battery strap I've seen so far that does that. I will definitely leave a link in the description. Those of you who are interested, a few more specs, I'm gonna actually go grab a scale and I'll weigh it real quick in case you're interested in that too. So we'll get a few more bits of info for you here real fast. If you're comparing this to an Oculus Elite battery strap, that weighs in at 179 grams. This weighs in much higher at 361. An Oculus Quest 2 itself weighing 487. So this is gonna do actually a much better job of providing a counterweight to that. It doesn't weigh the same, but it's a lot of weight in the back. And definitely when I was feeling it, when I had it on my head, you can tell it's giving you a lot of comfort because it's really balancing the weight around your head. And one thing that's actually a positive with this one, unlike the M2 Pro, this has solid sidearms. So it's actually gonna help push some of that weight up, where the M2 Pro, it's got the flexible ones. So it's not necessarily counterbalancing, it's just creating an even amount of weight around your head, where this one's actually gonna help lift some of that off. So that's actually really nice. I would definitely say I would recommend this if you're thinking about the Oculus Elite battery strap, which are known to have some issues with breaking. I would say this is definitely a better deal, and it's a lot cheaper, sometimes as much as $50 cheaper. I like the light up feature in the back so you can see what's going on, but the one thing where the Oculus strap wins is you can tell how much power from the inside of the headset, where with this, you either have to ask somebody, what does the back of my head say, or you have to take it off and look at it. So that's the one area where it doesn't win, but every other way, I actually am really impressed with this strap. If you're looking for a good strap, a good one that hangs onto your face instead of one that's a halo, I would say this is a good way to go. I wanna say thank you so much for being here. I hope you found this video informative and helpful, and I will see you in another reality.